Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. I hope you already have your own lunch, and I hope it's a good lunch. Uh, Today, I'm going to talk about easy bandwidth management with MikroTik. My name is Achmad Mardiansyah. I'm from Garda Lintas Cakrawala, Indonesia. So today, the topic that I'm going to talk about today is introduction about bandwidth management, and then do the demo. As you can see, I bring this is what I call mobile lab. Yeah, so as you can see, I have 5 routers here. Okay, and then I arrange the routers all like this, and then it just only requires 1 power. Okay, 1 power, incoming power here, and then the other 4 routers will get power from the base router at the bottom here. So yeah, that's my mobile lab. So in that demo, it requires your participation. So I'm going to open a new website, and then you can access the website too, and then we can see how the bandwidth management looks like in MikroTik. If you can see lively how it works. Okay, introductions. My name is Achmad Mardiansyah. I'm based in Bandung. I'm a Linux user since 1999. I'm a certified trainer. We run MikroTik business in Bandung. We deliver MikroTik training for MTCNA. All MikroTik training we can deliver. You can go to the website www.glcnetworks.com. I'm also teaching in a university in Bandung. For my professional profile, you can see in LinkedIn. Teaching also in Telkom University, also located in Bandung. It has 7 faculties, 27 schools, and then we have lots of students there. And if we don't have any bandwidth management, and then it's going to be very messy. We also support MikroTik Academy in Telkom University. Started in 2013. It was part of school's curriculum. It's 100% hands-on. So at the end of the semester, students have a chance to have an examination for MikroTik, MTCNA. Okay, I think that's all for the introduction. Okay, let's talk about bandwidth management. So what is bandwidth? When we talk about bandwidth, there are 2 kinds of bandwidth. First is the analog bandwidth and the digital bandwidth. The one that I'm talking about now here is digital bandwidth. So digital bandwidth, by definition, is the amount of data that you are transferring through the media for a fixed amount of time. For example, 1 minute, 1 second. Usually the unit is bit per second. It can be kilobit per second, megabit per second, gigabyte per second, petabyte per second. So the thing is, what you are transferring is the bit per second. So you are counting the bit. So bandwidth is the one that people sell, that people consume, people buy, people get. So if you see operators offering their services, usually they are offering bandwidth. So you can have an internet connection, and then here's the bandwidth. Okay, maximum you will get 3 megabit per second, 4 megabit per second, and so on and so forth. So bandwidth is like commodity currently. Okay, so we are not charging you based on how many pages you open, how many movies you are download. Yeah, so we are measuring based on how many bits that you already download so far. So that's the bandwidth. So it comes with the next question: is your bandwidth is enough? Because when you subscribe connection to the internet, you are subscribing to this is like establishing a pipe to go to the internet. So the next question is that pipe big enough? Well, that depends. Depends on the rate, how many megabits you have. Depends on the applications, depends on the time, etc., etc. Okay. So therefore, I think bandwidth management is a kind of art. So it's there is a flexibility. It can be rigid as well. And there is no fixed rule here. It's always customized based on your need. Okay, that's the bandwidth. Is your bandwidth enough? Okay. So therefore, if you cannot manage your bandwidth, this is what happened. Yeah, your bandwidth never enough. Okay, so we already subscribed to 5 megabit per second. Why is it slow? Okay, let's increase. Maybe it's not enough. Okay, let's switch to 10. 10, okay. First week is fine. Second week, still slow. Okay, so what's going on? Yeah, so yeah, that's just what happened if you cannot manage your bandwidth. Yeah, because talking about bandwidth is like become emotional. Yeah, so if you give 1 megabit per second, finish. 2 megabit per second, finish. Yeah, therefore you need a bandwidth management. Yeah, because people are very emotional right now. Yeah, especially for streaming application. Yeah, there will be one user dominating the whole bandwidth. Okay, so if somebody is already downloading or running a torrent, yeah, and then whole network will be slow. So we need a fair share to the other users. So therefore, we need to set up a plan how to set up a bandwidth. Make sure that everybody can have a fair share of available bandwidth. And that can be based on several things here. We can apply the bandwidth based on the application that people are using, like browsing. Okay, so for browsing, 5 megabit per second. For email, 4 megabit per second. FTP, okay, we put it a little bit lower because not so many people using it. SSH, we have to put it on first priority, but not big because people can download through the SSH. Yeah. VoIP, etc., etc. We can apply bandwidth management based on the address, single address, or network address. So we can apply particular bandwidth on this IP address, on that IP address. Okay, we can apply that. Okay, based on rate. Okay, because your premium customer, you'll get 10 megabit per second. Your medium customer, 5 megabit per second. Okay, lower or economic subscriber, 1 megabit per second. Another consideration, amount of traffic, we can do like, okay, maximum you can download 5 gigabit per month, or 10 gigabit per week, for example. So those are the parameters that we can use to apply to set up a bandwidth plan. The last one is duration. So this package can available for example, 10 days or 30 days. Okay. Next question is, okay, in MikroTik, where do we queue the package? Because MikroTik here in front of me, the main function for MikroTik is the router. So router is a device where package comes in and then out. So there must be a way, there must be a place inside the MikroTik where the queue is happening. So therefore, you need to understand the packet flow here. So here's where the MikroTik queues the packets. Okay, without any queue, no bandwidth management. Okay, in that queue, you can put priority. So MikroTik bandwidth management, we queue the packets on these two chains, post routing and input. So if we have 5 chains here. First is pre-routing. Second is forward, input, output, and post routing. So this discussion is a little bit advanced, but I just want to show you that on MikroTik, this is the place where MikroTik queues the packets. So MikroTik queues the packets on post routing and input. Packet flow is also really helpful when you do troubleshooting related to firewall or bandwidth management. Okay, so here is the packets coming on this interface. For example, On this demonstration, I'll be using two interface. First is WLAN 1, wireless LAN, and the second interface is Ether5 here. So Ether5 goes to the internet, while you'll be accessing the internet through the wireless LAN. So you can see input interface here is wireless LAN, and then goes to the pre-routing. Why is it called pre-routing? Because it applies before the packets reach the routing table. Here's the routing table. Okay, so after process by routing table, the MikroTik can decide, okay, you go to the input or forward. So if your destination is not, destination IP address not belong to the MikroTik, and then it will go forward. So let's say you want to ping 8888. So definitely it's not my IP address. Therefore, we will use forward. All right? Can anybody still following what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, so that's the forward. After forward, and then we go to the post routing. Actually, we have one process here is asking whether the output interface is a bridge interface or not. Okay, we don't have any bridge interface. We can eliminate that. So after forward and then post routing, and then we have interface queue, and then packet sent out over the Ether5 interface. So input is wireless, output is Ether5, Ethernet. So when we talk about the communication, it has to be two direction. So when you go to the internet, input is wireless, output exit interface, output interface is Ether5. But when the packet's coming from the internet to your device, the input will be Ether5, output will be WLAN1. Okay. So we'll learn this one in more details in traffic control. But for now, I think I don't want to go deeper because many people will get lost. Okay, let's do the demo. All right. So please prepare your mobile phone. I'm sure that your mobile phone can support Wi-Fi. Yes. Okay. Please open that. Yeah. And then here's the topology. Okay. So this is my router here. Here. Okay, I have one web server. That's the IP address of one web server, 192.168.99.91. And then on my router here, I have two interfaces. This is Ether5, and here is WLAN1. Okay, so you guys will be connected to internet with this SSID, glc_mom_my_2016. And then this is the IP address that you will get. Okay, I'm still using the old style icon here, but you get the idea. Okay, let's do that. Let's configure. So this is my router. Okay, I'm on my router now. And then I will set up my router as an access point. So I've been told that some of these participants here are very new to MikroTik. Yeah, so so as you can see, this is the MikroTik looks like, and then you can see lots of features available in MikroTik. So with this small box, you can turn this box into access point. You can turn this box into bandwidth management, hotspot, radius manager, many things. The one that I'm doing now is to set up an access point for the MikroTik here. Okay, so I'm accessing WLAN1. I set up here AP bridge. AP means access point, meaning that this router will be the access point. Set up the band 2 GHz BGN. So if you have a very old device which can only support B or G, which I'm sure nobody has now. Okay, you can get in. Okay, channel width is 20 megahertz. That's the standard channel for Wi-Fi. And then the frequency that I'm operating is 2437 megahertz. This is the SSID GLC underscore mum underscore MY underscore 2016. And we don't apply any password here. Okay, so all parameters are done. I click enable. Boom. Then you can see the SSID GLC underscore GLC underscore mom my 2016. Can anybody see that? Okay, can anybody see the SSID? Yeah, so you can get in there. So I can, as you can see, I can, yeah, you can log in. So this is the control panel that shows me how many clients already connected to my access point. So far, we just only have three clients. Okay, now it's 5. So you can see the total here. So come on, everybody, you can join. Okay, I don't put any deep packet inspection here. No, you don't need to worry. I don't steal your password. Okay, so so please free to join. Okay, so we need to bring lots of people here so that we can practice how the management bandwidth looks like. Okay, we have 9 participants here. Oh, okay. By the way, so currently what I'm showing you here is the layer 2 interface, layer 2 connectivity. So it meaning that, okay, from layer 2 point of view, you already connected. But in order to connect to the internet, you need to have a layer 3 connectivity, meaning you must have an IP address. Meaning I have to set up a DHCP server here so that I will deliver an IP address for you. This is the DHCP server. Okay, I already set up the DHCP server previously. So DHCP, so I'm running the DHCP on WLAN 1, and this is the IP address pool that I'm using. So here's the list. Okay, so if you get an IP address, and then I can see it here. Okay, I'm also checking the. Can you browse the internet? Okay, I'm accessing my own access point now from my phone here. Yeah, I have to test it by myself. Yeah. Okay, GLC underscore mom connect. Okay, done. So next thing what you have to do is accessing the website 192.168.99.91. Okay, can you see that? Please access the website 192.168.99.91. Okay, so what I want you to do is to download the files here. So actually it's video files, you can play it on your phone. Okay, and then we will check how big you are consuming the bandwidth, right? Yes? Yes, the Wi-Fi name is GLC underscore MY. Okay, can you see it? You cannot, okay, you can see, but you cannot connect. Okay, what about now? Can you try again? So I can see here several people already get IP address from my DHCP interface, and you should get it too. You're supposed to get it too. Okay, so we have 8 participants here. Please open the website, and then we can check how much bandwidth you are consuming. And what's the tools? Anybody knows? SSID missing? Really? So GLC underscore mum underscore my 2016. So I'm running on, let's say, channel. Okay, I changed the channel. 2447. Okay, apply. So the tools that I'm going to use now is called Torch. No, Torch. And I'm running it on while and one. Only shows the source address. There you go. That's the IP address. See? Yeah. So as you can see, that's the amount of bandwidth that you are downloading. Okay. So check your IP address here. Okay. Make sure that's your IP address, not everyone else. I can see many people here are already get into the access point. So that's the bandwidth that you are consuming right now. So that's the cool thing about MikroTik, yeah? So you can see the traffic live, right? See. So can you open the website? Can you open the website? Here's the website. Okay, 192.168.99.91. So there is a one file there you can play. So first you have to click and then play on your Android or iPhone or laptop or any gadget. Okay, done? So that's the rate that I'm displaying now. So we have a TX rate here, we have RX rate. So from my point of view, it's called TX, so I'm transmitting, right? From your side, it's receiving. Okay. So what about, so we can see here, yeah, the bandwidth, some of the user are dominating the bandwidth. Yeah, we don't have any clear separation between one user and others. Okay, so that's what happened when you don't have any. It's not clear. It seems that many people is not downloading the file. Okay. Load the page, really. 192.168.99.91, or maybe you can access YouTube or something. Can you access YouTube? No. Okay, can you access again? Can you access website or something like that? Okay, now we can apply the so first case is without bandwidth management. Okay, any contention on usage? So there we can see there is no separation at all. So there will be a user dominating the bandwidth. Okay, I want to check again. Can you still access the internet? Do you get the IP address? You cannot connect. Okay, I don't know. Okay, let's change again. I changed the name. Maybe this one is too long. GLC mom my. Mumi, oh not Mumi. My. Okay, please check. I changed the SSID and the frequency is 2447. Unable to join network? Okay, so this is a live troubleshooting, yeah? Okay, let's check some parameters here. Okay, some of you already get the IP address, 98.236. Yeah, it's supposed to be okay here. Okay, we'll check this one later, but at least some of you can participate in this demo. Next facility that I want to show is the queue and simple queue here. So this is this facility where you can limit the bandwidth. So for example, I want to limit. So we have one IP address here, 192.168.98.234. So 192.168.98.234. Okay. So that's the name, and here's the target. Okay. And then we set up max limit here. Let's say 512 kilobit per second, and then done. So that is how you set up a bandwidth management for particular IP address. Okay, so next is what if you want to limit the whole network? Yes, it is possible. So you can copy this. Okay, a new simple queue. Paste. And then here you put the uh, hit the network ID. Okay. So here, meaning you'll be limiting the whole network to 1 megabit per second. Yeah. Okay. So this is the second case. Okay. So what happened when we have this one, 1 megabit per second? So if we have 10 customer, so it means that all 1 megabit per second will be divided by 10. Or if just only one, and then what about all whole bandwidth will be consumed by one customer? Yeah, so there is no clear separation here. So if we divide the bandwidth based on network, so therefore oh, okay, it seems like we have problem with the wireless LAN here. Okay, let me check again. Okay, I can see many subscriber can access the access point here. Okay, resetting the connection. Hopefully you can join again. Okay, so let's continue. Can you connect now? Yeah. So please open the website. Yeah, 192.168.99.91. Okay, I'm showing the destination IP address. I'm sorry, the source IP address. And then check the DHCP client here, it's okay. Checking the IP, DHCP server, and then list, we have 22 IP address already delivered to the customer. Okay, 21, yeah, thank you for participation, very good. So can you access the website? Oh, the address, okay. So here's the address, 192.168.99.91. Okay, you just click here. Actually, it's a movie downloaded from YouTube. And the title of the movie is The Warriors of the Internet. So actually, it's a movie about how package is running on the network. So let's continue. Okay, I run the tools again, torch, running on while and one, and then start. And then this is if you want to see how about um, the rate on particular interface, you can just go to interface and then display here. So here on YLAN1, the TX rate there is about 400 to 29 kilobit per second. Yeah. Okay, the next thing that we want to discuss here, if you want to, we want to evenly distributed the bandwidth. So for that purpose, we can set up a queue type here, PCQ. Okay. PCQ means per connection queue. And then we set up also limit here 1 megabit per second, meaning that one customer there will get maximum of 1 megabit per second. So PCQ is used to evenly distributed the current bandwidth. So for example, you have 10 megabit bandwidth. So if one customer is online, and then the whole 10 megabit is belong to the customer. If there are two customers, and then 10 megabit per second divided by 2 equals to 5. 3 means divided by 3. 4 and 5 and so on. So it depends on how many subscribers that is online. Okay. So here I can apply to the queue. So I'm making a new queue here. Just copy that. Paste whole network with PCQ. Okay. So the target will be this IP address 192.168.98.0/24. Okay. And then the maximum limit here, let's say I put 5 megabit per second. And then advanced, go to advanced. For download here, you can use PCQ downstream 1 megabit per second. Or maybe before we go there, we can use PCQ with rate 0. So we set up a new PCQ here with rate 0. Rate 0 means all available bandwidth will be consumed by the total number of subscribers there. So there is no maximum limit on each stream. So we apply PCQ downstream 0. Right. Then 5 megabit per second. Okay. And then, yeah, that's the maximum limit. So can you please access something? Downstream YouTube or something like that? Well, it seems that the Wi-Fi here is very crowded. Okay, let's try to use another channel. So as you can see, there is a one person here is downloading a file. Okay, so it becomes red. And then if you want to know how many queues are there, we can see it here. There are 19 queues here. Okay, so let's increase the maximum limit to 5 megabit per second. Okay, so yeah, we can see the traffic of that queue on this tab. And to be honest, I think we have a wireless problem here. It seems that there are lots of access point interfering with each other. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that. Okay, so I think that's all for recap. This is the topology that we are using. So case number one is we don't have any bandwidth management here, so that one user can dominating the bandwidth. Case number two, so we are managing a bandwidth for single IP address. So on MikroTik, you can do that. You put the IP address, and here's the bandwidth. Put another IP address, and then here's the bandwidth. Okay. And then you can manage a bandwidth for the whole network. So by putting the network ID of the network, and then you specify the maximum bandwidth that this network can consume is, let's say, 1 megabit per second, 2 megabit per second. And then case number 4, okay, it's dynamic applications. Will distribute the traffic evenly. So this one, we use the PCQ features of MikroTik. So if one user online, and then all traffics will be allocated for that particular user. 2 onlines divided by 2, 3 onlines divided by 3. Okay, question and answer. Any questions so far? Yeah, if not, and then I would like to say thank you very much for your participation, and I'm sorry that this demonstration is not really smooth. It seems like we have trouble with the Wi-Fi here, and hopefully you are more curious now about how to manage bandwidth the MikroTik, and then if you want to know more, stay tuned with our schedule. Thank you very much.